Stop listening to unlicensed influencers to know if an LLC is the right thing to do. To start off, a limited liability company, or LLC, is a legal entity that shields you from the full extent of the damages when you get sued or default on debts. Your share of the company, whether it's 20%, 60%, or 100%, as outlined in your articles of organization or how many shares you have, will determine how much you are liable for those damages. Notice how I didn't say it's a tax entity? Because it isn't. You select your tax entity later. An LLC is a state-formed entity that is not formally recognized by the IRS. Pretty confusing, right? However, the LLC is a very flexible corporation to establish because you can now elect whichever tax entity you qualify and desire, whether it's a sole proprietorship, partnership, S Corp, C Corp, and even more. You have that flexibility by using Form 8832 or 2553 and choosing whatever makes the most sense. Aside from the benefits of limited legal protection and flexibility of tax status, you still have to be careful. Some states will charge an annual fee to maintain your LLC regardless of how much income you've made. Even if you didn't make any money, you still have to pay that $800. Think about that. I also forgot to mention that it also costs money to draft up your documents, when operating as a sole prop or partnership is mostly free. Once you elect the tax status, you have to stay with it for at least 5 years. So make sure you talk to a tax professional to see whatever's best for you before you lock yourself in. Married couples may become ineligible to qualify as a qualified joint venture if their joint business is also an LLC. Check your state for confirmation. Last but not least, you must keep up with compliance requirements to make sure your LLC is legal and valid, which also costs money and time. LLCs can be a great business structure, but not everyone needs to establish one. However, they are definitely being promoted with ill intent by those pushing courses on how to run your LLC to deduct an unrealistic amount of taxes and charging unnecessary fees while they're at it. Make sure you stay educated on your state's evolving laws and what's best for your business. And as always, stay safe and stay informed.